The injustice that we fight today for poverty will still go on because we have no foundation of hope. We have to know our foundation of hope. And what David is bringing the people of Israel together and saying, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, where would I be? Today we can say as a people, if it had not been for the Lord on our side, where would we be? We can say we would not be here, but that doesn't mean that it's over. The stony, the road we trod, bitter, the chase and rock, that is our call not to just think about it. That's our call to action. Because it says we have some things that we still got to do. Yes, we've been through a hard struggle, but it is not over. As long as we have to know that when we see blue lights, our blood pressure rises because we don't know if they pull us over, if we're going to drive back off, even though we don't even know what we did. As long as when we go through our communities, it looks like an earthquake hit them here in America, and there has been no magnitude. There is nothing on the Richter scale except injustice. It is an earthquake that we have experienced of injustice, of racial incident, and it's a system that has been perpetrated, that it is not just a black against white or a brown against white or a yellow against white. It has been perpetrated so long, it is black against black, brown against brown, yellow against yellow, and white against white. We have got to break the system that is hitting our Richter scale at a 7.8, that when you drive through our communities, there is not fresh produce. When you drive through our communities, there are no farmers markets. When you drive through our communities, there's no banks left. When you drive through our community, you don't have any of the businesses that are left. You have some hair stores. You have something to make on our outside look good, but you don't have anything to make the inside. Why? Because we have been stripped. So what we're saying is, when we walk around with our pride of where we are going, we can't remember the humbleness of where we've been. It was in victory that David came for a day of remembrance, to remember where you've been. It was in the victory. So in our victory, we have to go together and remember, unless all of us can walk in the victory, our battle is not over. Amen. Until we can say that we can have a George Floyd Policing Act passed through Congress, enacted in our communities, and holding the standard and changing what we have, our battle is not over. Amen. Until we can freely teach true American history, which means you have to teach the good, the bad, and the ugly, our fight is not over. Until we can say that we are holding generational wealth, our battle is not over. But we can look to Jesus, because there is still the hope of verse 1. Because there's something about what happens in verse 2. It's not to make you sad. It's to call you to action to do better. It's to remind you of their God is on our side. Because when God is on your side, no one can be against you. We praise God for the preached word. Let the church say amen. This is not a historical story, but this is current. Our lives have been imprinted with our history. Some of us don't even know how to actually take good, loving care of our children because we're still carrying the wounds of yesterday. Amen. So we come this morning saying we surrender. We lay the burden of yesterday down. We lay the burden of trying to grin and kiss up because we think that's the only way to where we can stand still and say, yes, Lord, I will follow where you send me. I will go where you take me. I believe that your word is just and true. And because that is the truth, that's the rock that we stand on. Let's stand. If you're here this morning and you don't really know the Lord as your Savior, the invitation is to you. If you are going through the rough places of life and you need somebody just to say, God is still on your side. He will still uphold you because you're his child. The doors of the church are open. The doors are open for all those who want to follow Jesus Christ. This is the day. This is the day. If you are joining us on Facebook and you are in need of a church home, just type in the comment section home and we will reach out to you. If you would like to accept Jesus Christ today as your Savior, just type out to be saved. If you need prayer, type prayer. In the description, there is a 1-800 text line that you can send an extended message to us confidentially, and we will reach out to you for prayer. We thank you.